हेलो बच्चों, इस एपीसोड ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਓਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਮੀਨ ਬਿਟਵੀਨ ਟੂ ਨੰਬਰਸ ਅਤੇ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਬਿਟਵੀਨ ਜਿਓਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਮੀਨ ਐਂਡ ਅਰਥਮੈਟਿਕ ਮੀਨ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕਰੋਗੇ। ਆਓ ਹੁਣ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੀਏ। Geometric mean. When three numbers are in GP, the middle one is said to be the geometric mean between the other two. Let A and B are two positive numbers and G be the geometric mean between them. Then, by definition, A, G, B are in GP. It implies that G upon A is equal to B upon G. It implies that G square is equal to AB. It implies that G is equal to square root of AB. Thus, geometric mean between two numbers A and B is G, which is equal to square root of AB. Similarly, if A, G1, G2 up to so on Gn, B are in GP, then G1, G2 up to Gn are called n geometric means between A and B. Let common ratio of GP A, G1, G2 up to so on Gn, B be R. As B is n plus 2th term, B is equal to A multiplied by R raised to the power n plus 2 minus 1, which is equal to A multiplied by R raised to the power n plus 1. It implies that R is equal to B upon A raised to the power 1 upon n plus 1. Thus, G1 is equal to AR, which is equal to A into B upon A raised to the power 1 upon n plus 1. G2 is equal to AR square, which is equal to A multiplied by B upon A raised to the power 2 upon n plus 1, and so on. Gn is equal to A into R raised to the power n, which is equal to A into B upon A raised to the power n upon n plus 1. Relationship between arithmetic mean and geometric mean. Let A and G are arithmetic means and geometric mean of two given positive real numbers A and B respectively. Then A is equal to A plus B upon 2 and G is equal to square root of AB. Thus, we have A minus G is equal to A plus B upon 2 minus square root of AB, which is equal to A plus B minus 2 into square root of AB whole divided by 2, which is equal to square root of A minus square root of B whole square upon 2, which is greater than equal to 0. Thus, A minus G is greater than equal to 0. So, we obtain a relationship A is greater than equal to G. ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਓਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਮੀਨ ਬਿਟਵੀਨ ਟੂ ਨੰਬਰਸ ਅਤੇ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਬਿਟਵੀਨ ਜਿਓਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਮੀਨ ਐਂਡ ਅਰਥਮੈਟਿਕ ਮੀਨ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। ਆਓ ਹੁਣ ਇਸ ਤੇ ਆਧਾਰਿਤ ਕੁਝ ਉਦਾਹਰਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਲ ਕਰੀਏ।
Let us see an example. Insert 4 geometric means between 3 and 96. Also, show that their product is the fourth power of the geometric mean, that is GM, between them. ਭਾਵ 3 ਅਤੇ 96 ਦੇ ਵਿਚਕਾਰ 4 geometric means insert ਕਰੋ। ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਇਹ ਸਿੱਧ ਕਰੋ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ geometric means ਦਾ product 3 ਅਤੇ 96 ਦਾ geometric mean ਦੀ ਚੌਥੀ ਪਾਵਰ ਦੇ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਹੈ। Now let us see its solution. First of all, let G1, G2, G3 and G4 be the 4 geometric means between 3 and 96. Then 3, G1, G2, G3, G4, 96 are in a geometric progression, that is GP. Now let R be the common ratio also here in the above GP series. First term, that is A, is equal to 3 and last term, that is B, is equal to 96. Now since 96 is the sixth term, in the above series, therefore the nth term, that is 96, is equal to 3 into r raised to the power 6 minus 1, which is equal to 3 into r raised to the power 5, because we know that nth term of a GP, that is geometric progression, equal to A into r raised to the power n minus 1, where A is the first term, r is the common ratio and n is the last term of the GP series. So this further implies r raised to the power 5 is equal to 96 divided by 3. On solving it, we get r raised to the power 5 is equal to 32. It can be written as 2 raised to the power 5. So on solving it, we get the common ratio r is equal to 2. So here we have first term, that is A, is equal to 3 and common ratio, that is R, is equal to 2. So in this way, first geometric mean, that is G1, which is the second term of this GP, will be equal to A into R, where A is the first term and R is the common ratio. Substituting the values, it will be equal to 3 into 2, which is equal to 6. Also, second geometric mean, which is equal to A into R raised to the power 2, will be equal to 3 into 2 raised to the power 2, which is equal to 3 into 4, which is equal to 12. Similarly, third geometric mean, G3, will be equal to A into R raised to the power 3, which is equal to 3 into 2 raised to the power 3, which is equal to 3 into 8, which is equal to 24. And fourth geometric mean, G4, is equal to A into R raised to the power 4, which is equal to 3 into 2 raised to the power 4. On solving, it is equal to 3 into 16, which is equal to 48. Also, let G is the geometric mean between 3 and 96. Now, because we know that geometric mean of A and B in a GP series is equal to square root of A into B, where A is the first term and B is the last term of the GP series. Therefore, the geometric mean between 3 and 96, that is G, will be equal to square root of 3 into 96. On solving it, it will be equal to 3 into 2 into 2 into square root of 2, which is equal to 12 into square root of 2. So here G is equal to 12 into square root of 2. So here geometric mean, that is G, between 3 and 96 is equal to 12 into square root of 2. Now, product of the four geometric means, that is G1 into G2 into G3 into G4, which is equal to 6 into 12 into 24 into 48, will be equal to 3 into 2 into 12 into 12 into 2 into 4 into 12, which will be equal to 12 into 12 into 12 into 12 into 2 into 2. So it will be equal to 12 raised to the power 4 into 2 raised to the power 2, which can be written as 12 into square root of 2 whole raised to the power 4, which is equal to g raised to the power 4, because g is equal to 12 into square root of 2. So the product of four geometric means is the fourth part of the geometric mean between 3 and 96. Therefore, the four geometric means between 3 and 96 are 6, 12, 24 and 48. Also, we have proved that the product of four geometric means between 3 and 96 is equal to the fourth part of the geometric mean between 3 and 96, which is the required solution. Let us see another example. The arithmetic mean between two numbers is 34 and the geometric mean is 16. Find the numbers. भाव दो नंबर्स विचकार अर्थमेटिक मीन 34 है अते ज्योमेट्रिक मीन 16 है. दो नंबर्स पता करो. Now let us see its solution. Now, as we have to find the two numbers here, so let the two numbers be A and B. Now, since we are given here that the arithmetic mean between the two numbers is equal to 34. Now, because we know that arithmetic mean, that is AM, between two numbers A and B is equal to A plus B whole divided by 2. So this implies A plus B whole divided by 2 is equal to 34, which implies A plus B is equal to 68. Let this be equation number 1. Also, we are given here that the geometric mean between two numbers is equal to 16. Now, as we know that geometric mean, that is GM, between two numbers A and B is equal to square root of A into B So this implies square root of A into B is equal to 16 here. Now squaring both sides, we get A into B is equal to 16 square, which is equal to 256. Now from equation number 1, we have B is equal to 68 minus A. Substituting this value of B here, we get A whole multiplied by 68 minus A is equal to 256, which implies 68 into A minus A square minus 256 is equal to 0, which implies A square minus 68 into A plus 256 is equal to 0. On splitting the middle term, this implies A square minus 64 into A minus 4 into A plus 256 is equal to 0. This implies A whole multiplied by A minus 64 minus 4 whole multiplied by A minus 64 is equal to 0, which implies A minus 4 whole multiplied by A minus 64 is equal to 0. So this implies A is equal to 4 or A is equal to 64. Now taking A is equal to 4, we get B is equal to 68 minus A, which is equal to 68 minus 4, which is equal to 64. Also, taking A is equal to 64, we get B is equal to 68 minus 64, which is equal to 4. Thus, the two numbers are 4 and 64. Therefore, the two numbers whose arithmetic mean is 34 and geometric mean is 16 are 4 and 64, which is the required solution.
ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਓਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਮੀਨ ਬਿਟਵੀਨ ਟੂ ਨੰਬਰਸ ਅਤੇ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਬਿਟਵੀਨ ਜਿਓਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਮੀਨ ਐਂਡ ਅਰਥਮੈਟਿਕ ਮੀਨ ਤੇ ਆਧਾਰਿਤ ਕੁਝ ਉਦਾਹਰਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਆਓ ਹੁਣ ਇਸ ਤੇ ਆਧਾਰਿਤ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਰ ਉਦਾਹਰਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਲ ਕਰੀਏ।
Let us see another example. Let x be the arithmetic mean and y, z be the two geometric means between any two positive numbers. Prove that y cube plus z cube is equal to 2 into x into y into z ਭਾਵ ਮੰਨ ਲਓ x ਦੋ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਨੰਬਰਸ ਵਿਚਕਾਰ ਅਰਥਮੈਟਿਕ ਮੀਨ ਅਤੇ y ਅਤੇ z ਦੋ ਜਿਓਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਮੀਨਸ ਹਨ। ਸਿੱਧ ਕਰੋ ਕਿ y raised to the power 3 plus z raised to the power 3 बराबर है 2 into x into y into z। First of all, let the two positive numbers be a and b now as x is the arithmetic mean between a and b, and we know that arithmetic mean, that is am, between two numbers equal to a plus b by 2. So this implies x is equal to a plus b whole divided by 2, which implies a plus b is equal to 2 into x. Let this be equation number 1. Also, it is given that y and z are two geometric means between the two numbers a and b, then we can say that a, y, z, b are in GP, that is geometric progression. Now let R be the common ratio as B is the fourth term in this GP and we know that nth term of a GP is equal to A into R raised to the power n minus 1 where A is the first term, R is the common ratio and n is the number of terms of a GP. So this implies B is equal to A into R raised to the power 4 minus 1, which is equal to A into R raised to the power 3. So this further implies R raised to the power 3 is equal to B by A. Let this be equation number 2. Now, y, that is the second term of the GP, will be equal to A into R, and z, that is the third term of the GP, will be equal to A into R raised to the power 2. Therefore, taking the left hand side of what we have to prove, that is y raised to the power 3 plus z raised to the power 3, substituting the values of y and z, it will be equal to A into R whole raised to the power 3 plus A into R raised to the power 2 whole raised to the power 3. It is equal to A raised to the power 3 into R raised to the power 3 plus A raised to the power 3 into R raised to the power 6, which is equal to A raised to the power 3 whole multiplied by R raised to the power 3 plus R raised to the power 6. Substituting the value of R raised to the power 3, it is further equal to A raised to the power 3 whole multiplied by B by A plus B by A whole raised to the power 2, because from equation number 2 we have R raised to the power 3 is equal to B by A. It is further equal to A raised to the power 3 whole multiplied by B by A plus B square by A square, which is equal to A raised to the power 3 whole multiplied by A square as LCM, A into B plus B square whole divided by A square. On solving, it is equal to A whole multiplied by A into B plus B square, which is equal to A square into B plus A into B square. Taking out A into B common, this implies y raised to the power 3 plus z raised to the power 3 is equal to A into B whole multiplied by A plus B. Let this be equation number 3. Now, taking the right hand side of what we have to prove, that is 2 into x into y into z, substituting the values of y and z, it will be equal to 2 into x into a into r into a into r raised to the power 2. It will be equal to 2 into x into a square into r raised to the power 3. Now, as from equation number 1, we have a plus b is equal to 2 into x, and from equation number 2, we have r raised to the power 3 is equal to b upon a. Using these two values in the above, we get 2 into x into y into z is equal to a plus b whole multiplied by a square whole multiplied by b by a. On solving, we get 2 into x into y into z is equal to a into b whole multiplied by a plus b. Let this be equation number 4. So, from equation number 3 and equation number 4, we get y raised to the power 3 plus z raised to the power 3 is equal to 2 into x into y into z. Hence, the required proved.
In this episode, you have learned that when three numbers are in GP, the middle one is said to be the geometric mean between the other two. Geometric mean between two numbers a and b is g and is equal to square root of ab. If a, g1, g2 up to so on gn, b are in GP, then g1, g2 up to so on gn are called n geometric means between a and b. If a and g are arithmetic mean and geometric mean of two given positive real numbers a and b respectively, then a is greater than equal to g. ਇਸ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਓਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਮੀਨ ਬਿਟਵੀਨ ਟੂ ਨੰਬਰਸ ਅਤੇ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਬਿਟਵੀਨ ਅਰਥਮੈਟਿਕ ਮੀਨ ਐਂਡ ਜਿਓਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਮੀਨ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਪੂਰੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ। ਧੰਨਵਾਦ।